Court is calling 2024 CR 007138, State of Texas versus I. King Scott. Did you understand you're charged with assault, family choking strangulation? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. State recommends community supervision. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's correct, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sorry, just one moment. I'm sorry, my brother just got out of surgery.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. My mom doesn't do text messaging, so I have to call her and let her know what's going on.
Oh, sure.
All right. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If we may, Your Honor,
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
we're respectfully requesting that this court follow the negotiated plea agreement, Judge.
All right. So why are you doing this, Mr. Scott? It says it's over household chores.
It wasn't over household chores, but
What was it over?
a friend of mine had passed away and his wife needed some money. I loaned her some money. I wasn't asking back. I wasn't asking for the money back. Lauren, which was my girlfriend at the time, was very angry with that. She got into an altercation with her, and after they fought, I kind of was like defending the other girl. I called my friend to take Lauren to the hospital because she was busted up, and I was at home, and in the morning, I had the cops at my door saying that I did all this stuff.
So you're saying you didn't do this?
I did not put my hands on her, did not strangle her. I have 2 daughters. She's very aggressive. I don't hit her back or anything like that.
So you're saying this happened because she got in an altercation with someone else?
Yes.
And who was this person she got in an altercation with?
Her name was Lisa.
Well, I mean, you loaned her money, right? The person
Yeah.
so who did you loan money to?
It was my friend Philip's wife.
Oh.
He passed away on December 23rd, and she was just going through some hard times.
But no, what's her name?
Lisa,
Okay, Lisa what?
I don't know her last name.
Well, there's a person here listed as Julissa Anguiano.
Oh no, that's my friend's girlfriend. She has nothing to do with the case. Nothing at all.
All right.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
So defense, he's saying that somebody else beat her up.
I explained the whole situation, Judge, where we're at currently in this phase. In terms of the court proceedings, I'll ask the client if you wanted me to reach out to the state for an offer, if you wanted to not have a jury trial in this matter. His concern, I believe, is as well that he's been in custody for some time without the ability to make bond. So when referencing all of that, we did confirm and reach out that the complaining witness does not want to move forward with the case. There's been an A&P tendered, Judge. So
Well, here's the thing. I don't want people pleading to cases because I can't get out on bond. One or two things can happen. One, I can move this for a trial very quickly. We can put it on the docket for next week. Or number two, you all can address bond issues. Because what is his bond set at?
it's set at 20,000 currently,
Okay.
Judge.
And does he have priors?
He does had a couple that were dismissed, right?
Yeah, I just had it dismissed. She did it like a couple Well, she did it one time, but she has a very bad temper.
And Judge, in speaking with my client, I did tell him that I would gladly assert his defenses and have a jury trial. But he wanted me to get him the best offer today, and I did go over all the stipulations. So I believe that's why he wanted to proceed this way outside my guidance, because I asked for more time to get ready to.
Well, if you all want to, this is what I can do. Because I'm going to require a TAP evaluation for you in custody because I need to figure out that's for 2 weeks. That's how long a TAP will take. If y'all want, we can bring this back on Thursday or we can bring it back on Monday. That'll give you more time. I don't want somebody to take a plea because they want to get out of jail or they can't make bond when those issues can be addressed. If you're telling me that somebody else did this wasn't you,
Yes.
then, you need to give your attorney a chance to find out who this other person is. Who knows? Maybe they'll come in and testify, give some information to the state. I don't think the state, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Dunn, I don't think the state wants someone to be convicted or on probation for a crime that they didn't commit.
Absolutely, Judge. And just to even further the court's own point, I was speaking to another counsel about another trial date, and if this would like to proceed, Your Honor, we're ready if that is what the course of action needs to be.
So, counsel, if you need time to find this person he's saying, then, the plea is here. The plea will stand. I don't think the state is going to go back on their plea. And if you want to file a motion for a bond reduction, maybe they want to discuss that. I have no idea what your criminal history is, but I know I don't want anyone pleading to a case if they're saying the only reason why they're pleading to the case is because they can't get out of jail. That's what motions for bond reductions are for.
Take care.
And this is, the conversation that we've been having.
So
but
this is what I'll do. I'm going to recall this back for Thursday. That's one day. Because you won't be back Wednesday. We'll come back on Thursday. Maybe that'll give him a chance. Who knows? Maybe this person will walk through the doors and tell the state, I'm the person you've been looking for. I can shed some light on this.
That's fair enough, Your Honor, and I appreciate that. And in the alternate, I'll file a motion for bond reduction just in case, Judge. But
Okay.
I'm glad we can clarify that issue because I did not want him pleading something he didn't want to do either. But at the end of the day, it's his call. But we'll definitely strive to those ends, Judge.
All right, we'll recall it. And then I've already accepted your plea and I found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. But what I can tell you, if your counsel decides that you all are going to proceed a different way, I'll allow you all to orally, if there's no objection from the state, do a motion for new trial and we can start back over.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll recall this for Thursday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 0105W, State of Texas versus Jasmine Lynn Gallegos. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction? That is a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's $1,000 fine and state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing-
Sorry, the only thing I forgot to put in the paperwork, and I've just spoken with defense counsel about this, is the defendant is also agreeing to forfeit her rights to any of the weapons involved in the offense.
All right. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just asked the court to follow the agreement.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
How are you employed?
I'm currently unemployed at the moment.
Any drug use?
No, ma'am.
And if you were released, who would you be living with?
My grandmother.
Does she want you living with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you talked to her and she said she wants you living with her?
Yes, ma'am. I have a good support system out there with my family.
All right. You know you're not supposed to have weapons. Why do you have weapons?
I made a mistake, Your Honor.
No, you didn't. You made a choice. So why do you have weapons? You know you're not supposed to have them. A mistake is somebody gave you a bag, you didn't know weapons were in it, and then there were weapons. So why, you know, you're not supposed to have weapons. Why are you having weapons?
Hanging with the wrong people.
If I ask the wrong people that you're saying that you're hanging out with, if I were to ask them the same questions, you know what they would tell me? Hanging out with the wrong people. And I would say, well, who is that? And they'd say, Miss Gallegos. All right, I'm going to sentence you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's to be a TAP evaluation and MIC evaluation in custody. All right, good luck to you. Are you the same Jasmine Lynn Gallegos who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 0105W for the offense of unlawfully carrying of a weapon with a felony conviction on January 9th, 2024 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 on or about the 22nd day of January 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Jasmine Lynn Gallegos, the then and there failed to report as directed to the 187th District Court for a compliance hearing as directed by the supervision officer and or the court in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining validated condition.
All right. And I don't have a trial court certification.
No, Your Honor, it's we are requesting to be continued.
Yeah,
Would you
but
like the court like it instead anyway? Okay.
thank you. Understand by pleading to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it guilty. I'm sorry, could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
This proposed agreement, Your Honor, it is to deny the motion and continue her on her community supervision with additional TAP evaluation done while in custody and follow the recommendations of mental health eval in custody, ISP gang evaluation in custody, and also a UA hotline for 90 days, plus proof of residency and employment every 90 days.
All right, so why should I follow this agreement? It appears that she hasn't done anything. Has she done anything on probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and then I had a compliance hearing. I always do compliance hearings. If there's an issue, people can come in, tell me what their issue is, and we can get them back on track. So I don't understand why I should continue her.
We're just asking the court consider it, Your Honor.
But I mean, somebody needs to give me a reason why, because she is on probation. She hasn't done anything. And to get her back on track, I set it for a compliance hearing and she did not show. So I don't understand why I should continue her.
I'll ask that I call my client, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jasmine Lynn Gallegos.
Are you asking the court to consider release or continue on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that?
Because I never started it. And I got released and I didn't turn myself back in, but I want to do something better.
All right, do you need to speak up?
I want to do something better in life.
So the reason why you want me to continue you is because you were placed on probation, you were released, and you never did anything. So basically, you're just throwing yourself on the mercy of the court saying, I did nothing, but please continue me.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I mean, I was working at the Subway.
Okay, I cannot hear you.
I was working in Subway at Pleasanton, Texas.
And where do you live?
In Pleasanton, Texas with my grandma.
Do you have anybody that you care for?
Yes, my grandma. She's sick right now.
Oh, let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's not do this thing where we're bringing in the sick relatives, the baby that nobody else can take care of, because you were supposed to report. Let's do this. This is what can help me understand whether or not I should continue. Let's assume you don't have a sick grandmother. You don't have any sick relatives. You don't have any sick children. It's just you. Why should you be continued on probation? Don't tell me that Subway needs somebody to make sandwiches. Let's assume that Subway doesn't need anybody to make sandwiches. Why should I be continuing you?
Because I want to prove to you that I can do it.
But you have not. But okay, but you want to prove to me that you can do it?
So
All right. Any other questions?
Is there any other reason why you're asking the court to continue you on probation?
no,
Do you believe you have a drug problem?
no,
All right, so she don't have a drug problem. Why didn't you report?
because they wanted me to turn myself back in.
I'm sorry, what?
Because they wanted me to come back and turn myself in.
All right. Why didn't you show up for your compliance hearing? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't know, ma'am.
All right.
Do you have a mental health issue? Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
No.
All right. So I really don't have any reason to continue her. Her whole thing is, I didn't do anything. Don't revoke me. And the court reached, everyone knows, if somebody is falling off track, normally what I do in some situations, Ms. Gallegos, is because maybe sometimes people just fall off track. They just need to realize what they're looking at. And I set compliance hearings. And I'm not even going to consider, I set compliance hearings twice for you. The state only went on one, so I'm not even considering the other. But a compliance hearing was set for you to try to get you back on track to see, hey, is there something we're missing here? Is there something you need in order to be successful? And you didn't even show up for the compliance hearing. The compliance hearing was a step before your motion to revoke. Because I had a choice at that time. I always get notices from probation. They'll tell me how a probationer is doing. If there are some issues, I will always usually check compliance hearing. Let's bring that person in and find out what's going on. And you didn't even show up for that. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. Everybody who's in custody will come before me when they're in custody and say to me, I want to prove to you I can do it. But, you know, history has shown that you can't because you didn't. So I don't know why I should continue you. So I don't know if you want to talk to her, but I don't have a reason for why she didn't show up. Okay. All right. I'm not going to follow this proposed agreement. I don't think she's a good candidate for probation. She hasn't done anything. And she's been given opportunities to do things and she just refuses. And based upon her testimony, she didn't want to come back because she didn't want to turn herself in. I don't know what to do with that.
If the court were to grant your request for continued probation and the TAP evaluation, would you comply with the conditions of the TAP
Yes, ma'am.
and any recommendations thereof?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you also comply with any conditions of the gang ISP evaluation
Yes, ma'am.
as well as the mental health?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, my client's throwing herself in the mercy of the court and we're requesting that the court continue her on probation.
All right. So under under direct examination, she stated she doesn't have any mental health issues. So that's not an issue. And now I'm being thrown at that there may be gang issues with her. And part of the plea bargain agreement was, in this case, she was to forfeit weapons, magazines, and ammunition. So she was placed on community supervision for that, and she has done nothing. Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'll recommend, if she stated she doesn't have any drug issues, she doesn't have mental health issues, but I'll recommend the therapeutic community or the mental health unit at the prison. You'll have to recommend it as well because I have no jurisdiction. And if they discover that you do have a mental health issue, then they will take care of it there. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You're gonna have to start making better decisions. If you continue to pick up felonies in Texas, they're gonna start labeling you as a repeater or a habitual. If you're a repeater, that means your range of punishment level is gonna go up by one level. And if you're habitual, in some cases, your minimum is gonna be 25 years at the prison. You have some choices you're gonna need to make. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and when you're released from prison, if you need help with anything, you can always come back here if I'm here, okay? Good luck to you.